or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great savior?
Thunderbolts is imagined as a bold, gritty, and morally complex chapter in the superhero genre. One that steps away from clean heroism and dives headfirst into the gray areas of power, redemption, and control. From the very beginning, the movie is positioned as something different from traditional team-up films. Instead of heroes who choose to fight for justice, Thunderbolts brings together individuals who are forced, manipulated, or coerced into working as a unit. The updates and discussions surrounding the project paint it as a story driven by tension, mistrust, and uneasy alliances, where every character carries a past filled with questionable choices and unresolved guilt. The tone is darker, sharper, and more grounded, focusing on consequences rather than glory. At the heart of Thunderbolts lies the idea that not everyone gets a second chance willingly. The movie centers on a government-controlled initiative designed to use dangerous individuals for missions too risky or morally compromised for traditional heroes. These characters are not celebrated icons but broken weapons, each with something to lose and something to hide. The film explores the unsettling question of whether people can truly change, or whether they are simply being pointed in a new direction by those in power. This underlying theme gives the story emotional weight and makes it resonate beyond standard action spectacle. The team itself is made up of familiar yet deeply conflicted figures, each bringing their own motivations and emotional baggage. Some are former villains seeking reduced sentences, others are anti-heroes struggling with their own violent instincts, and a few are soldiers shaped by trauma and manipulation. Their interactions are tense from the start, filled with sarcasm, hostility, and unspoken resentment. Trust is non-existent, and cooperation feels forced rather than earned. This dynamic becomes one of the film's greatest strengths, as the team's evolution feels raw and unpredictable. One of the most compelling aspects of Thunderbolts is its focus on leadership and control. The group is overseen by a powerful authority figure who views them less as people and more as assets. This character operates with cold logic, justifying morally questionable decisions in the name of national security and global stability. Through this lens, the film critiques systems that exploit broken individuals while claiming to offer redemption. The Thunderbolts are constantly reminded that their freedom is conditional, their lives monitored, and their choices limited. The plot unfolds as the team is assembled for a mission that appears straightforward on the surface but quickly reveals deeper layers of deception. Early scenes focus on the awkward formation of the group, showcasing clashes in personality and ideology. Training sequences are less about teamwork and more about testing limits, both physical and psychological. Each character is pushed in ways that expose their fears and flaws, setting the stage for conflicts that go beyond simple combat. As the mission begins, Thunderbolts shifts into a fast-paced yet tense narrative that blends action with paranoia. The team is sent into hostile territory to neutralize a threat that conventional heroes cannot address without political fallout. Along the way, they uncover information suggesting that they are not being told the full truth. This revelation fractures the already fragile trust within the group, forcing them to question whether they are disposable pawns in a larger game. Character arcs are central to the movie's emotional impact. One member struggles with the weight of past violence and the fear that they are incapable of change. Another hides their vulnerability behind humor and aggression, using sarcasm as armor. A hardened soldier grapples with loyalty to authority versus loyalty to fellow teammates. These internal conflicts are woven seamlessly into the action, ensuring that every fight and decision carries emotional significance. The film also explores the idea of identity in a world that labels people as heroes or villains. Thunderbolts challenges these labels, showing how circumstances, manipulation, and desperation can shape a person's actions. Several characters are haunted by public perception, knowing that no matter what they do, the world may never see them as anything other than monsters. This struggle adds a layer of tragedy and realism to their journey. Visually, Thunderbolts is imagined as sleek yet gritty, with muted color palettes and sharp contrasts that reflect the moral ambiguity of the story. Action sequences are brutal and grounded, emphasizing impact over spectacle. Fights feel dangerous, messy, and exhausting, reinforcing the idea that violence always comes at a cost. The camera work stays close to the characters, capturing expressions of fear, anger, and doubt in the heat of battle. Midway through the movie, a major turning point forces the team to confront the reality of their situation. Betrayal emerges from within or above, shattering any remaining illusions about the mission's purpose. This moment serves as the emotional core of the film, pushing the Thunderbolts to decide whether they will continue following orders or take control of their own fate. The tension escalates as loyalties are tested and alliances shift. The antagonist in Thunderbolts is not portrayed as a simple villain, but as a reflection of the same systems that created the team. This adversary believes in control, efficiency, and sacrifice for the greater good, mirroring the mindset of those who manipulate the Thunderbolts. The conflict becomes ideological as much as physical, forcing the characters to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and the world they operate in. As the story moves toward its climax, the Thunderbolts begin to function less like a group of forced allies and more like a fractured family. Bonds form not through trust alone, but through shared survival and mutual understanding of pain. Small moments of empathy and sacrifice stand out against the chaos, highlighting the humanity beneath hardened exteriors. These moments give the film its emotional resonance, reminding viewers that even the most damaged individuals crave connection and purpose. The final act delivers intense action combined with emotional payoff. The team faces overwhelming odds, not just from external threats but from the consequences of their own choices. Victory is not clean or celebratory. It comes with losses and irreversible changes. The film avoids a traditional triumphant ending, instead opting for a resolution that feels earned, somber, and thought-provoking. The ending of Thunderbolts leaves the future uncertain. Some characters find a sense of redemption, while others are left questioning whether redemption is truly possible within a corrupt system. The closing moments emphasize ambiguity, reinforcing the idea that growth is ongoing and that freedom often comes at a steep price. Rather than wrapping everything neatly, the film invites viewers to reflect on what it means to be a hero in a world built on compromise. Release discussions position Thunderbolts as a pivotal entry that expands the superhero genre into darker territory. It is imagined as a film that appeals to audiences looking for complexity, moral depth, and character-driven storytelling. The timing of its release suggests confidence in its ability to stand out as something bold and unconventional. Trailer information imagined for the movie focuses on intensity and mood rather than plot. Quick cuts of explosive action are balanced with quiet, tense moments of dialogue and reflection. Music is heavy and pulsing, underscoring the sense of danger and inner conflict. The trailers tease the fractured nature of the team, emphasizing mistrust, power struggles, and the looming question of who can be trusted. Overall, Thunderbolts is shaping up to be a powerful and unsettling superhero film that challenges traditional ideas of heroism. By focusing on flawed characters, moral ambiguity, and the cost of control, it offers a story that feels raw and relevant. The imagined updates and discussions suggest a movie that is not afraid to ask difficult questions and leave audiences with lingering thoughts. If executed as envisioned, Thunderbolts has the potential to redefine team-based superhero storytelling, proving that even in a world of gods and legends, the most compelling battles are often fought within the human soul.